Good afternoon, church. This is always so embarrassing. Good afternoon, church.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much. This is another episode of the Good Afternoon Show with me, the real Danny with two N's, not one. And today we have with us Mr. Philip Huff. How many L's does Philip have?
Just one.
One.
Biblical spelling is one.
That's
L.
right. The real Philip.
Yeah.
This is the real Philip Huff with one L, just like the real Danny with two N's.
Right.
Great. And today we are here today to talk more about mission work, since this is Harvest Month, and we have Philip here to tell us a little bit about Haiti and the mission work that goes on there. Philip, why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah. Well, Levy has been involved in a special effort to help schools in Haiti for the last almost 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And what we do is we help individual school villages, and they have about 100 to 200 students that come into their churchyard, and they will start a new school there. And we help with the cost of feeding the children, paying for a few of the professors to teach them. And so it's a good way to bring kids into both learn the Bible and get fed and be with Christians and be with the church there.
Oh, well, that's great. That's some great work. 15 years, a long time.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. How has COVID affected the things that are going on in Haiti?
Well, it's interesting because they have pandemics all the time, and so they're used to the sickness, but they've definitely been impacted by the global pandemic. Even though it's not as serious for them, they've kind of followed suit with the rest of the nations around them. And so they've been out of school, but it's different because they don't have Zoom. Most of them don't have electricity, and certainly not internet. So it's difficult for them to learn. I mean, in a typical school building, they will go and spend all day with a chalkboard and maybe a book or two, and that's about it. So it's been hard. We still feed them. We still help with professors in hopes that they'll be able to open soon. But yeah, they're doing their social distancing and everything. It's just a very different environment.
I didn't know anybody in the world lived without the internet.
Yeah, well, they have their cell phones, so they can get that, but it's not quite as reliable. And it is possible, it seems, in 2020 to live without the internet.
Well, I would just have a lot of trouble without my social media account, #RealDanny, if I didn't have the internet.
Yeah, there's lots of problems that you face without the internet. So.
Yeah, I think they call it first world problems when I have trouble with my internet's not loading.
That's one of them.
Yeah. Well, that's great work. And have you been to Haiti before?
Yes, my dad he directed the Biblical Training Center, and so I went to Haiti when I was growing up, and got to experience that and just stayed with it. And
where exactly is Haiti?
Haiti is in the it's just west of the east of the Bahamas. I don't know where Haiti is.
Oh, well, this is awkward, Philip.
Yeah, I know. It's south of Cuba, by Dominican Republic. It's one of the first islands that Christopher Columbus came to. So it's about as far east as you can get. But beautiful mountains, beautiful coral reef, lovely people, delicious food. I mean, it's a great place to go.
Is that anywhere near Luxembourg? I lived in Luxembourg for a while.
Yeah, it actually is. It's if you just keep going east.
Oh, yeah.
And a little bit north, and you'll be right in Luxembourg.
Well, that's great.
Follow the currents.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so we as always on the Good Afternoon Show here, we have some questions.
Okay.
The first question comes to us from a Brody C, and the question is, what do they speak in Haiti?
They speak Haitian Creole. A little like French.
Do you know how to speak that?
I can. It depends on what you ask me, but I think I can.
Well, just share with us something.
Okay.
Anything, because we won't know what you're saying.
That's true, okay. Bonsoir, I'm très content pour venir ici et parler avec vous.
Yeah, that was great.
Thank you.
I think he said, Hashtag the real Danny. Follow me on Twitter.
Oh, wow. You're learning.
Yes.
You're a quick learner.
Yes. Okay, the second question we have here is, we understand that you are a computer security expert.
Yes, some may call me that.
Yes, okay, okay. And this question is from a Dwayne C. And the question is, and you notice here, Philip, that unlike some of the other fake Dandies, I don't have to have my readers on to read these questions.
I've observed, yeah.
You know that it's the real Danny.
That's right.
When he's just reading the words straight from the page.
Yeah, you're a cool dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the question from Dwayne C. is, I usually use a password of
I
1,
figured,
2, 3, 4, but I'm thinking of changing it to 1111. Do you think that would be a good choice for me and the security of my data?
Well, it would have been if you hadn't have just told us that.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that's awkward.
Yeah.
I hope none of us knows Dwayne C. Yeah. Okay, well, this has been great. Let's see, anything else we need to cover?
Yeah, so I've got a few things here. I've got some of the books I brought from Haiti. These are in French, and I've got my machete. This has nothing to do with school, but it's cool to have a machete.
Oh,
and these are...
we had an incident with Miss Allison and a hammer, and now we got Mr. Philip and a machete.
We'll keep it right here. It'll be
okay.
safe, yeah. These are some of the school clothes of the children that we support. So it's kind of neat. They've been hand stitched, really pretty. It's their only clothes all week long.
Oh.
And I've got a plantain here, legitimate Haitian plantain.
Oh, wow.
Danny, can you see that? Yeah. So that's one of the things that it's just plantain season now.
So great.
Yeah. Or you're just gonna eat it raw then, huh?
Well, I think let's just get rid of that. We don't have time for this.
Okay. All right.
All right. Well, thank you, Philip of 1L, for being here today on the Good Afternoon Show. And as always, send in your questions. And remember, Harvest Month, send in your funds at the end of the month. And we will see you all next time on the Good Afternoon Show. Bye-bye.
Bye.